July. Woo-hoo-hoo. Kathleen, Charlene, we just want more cowbell. I know, that's a great opening, I think. That's it, bye. No, uh, when I say happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day is really the right word to say. Independence from what? We became independent. Just don't forget it, because in the midst of all the excitement of BBQ and summer fun, all that, we tend to forget, and I do too. Like, independent from what? From the tyrants. Because just think about it, right? Our founding fathers. I'm talking about the George Washington, and these guys were rebels. They would have been executed by the Great Britain, exactly, if they were defeated, right? You know that. So I made a mistake earlier when I said to somebody happy independence, and they go, I'm a Brit. I go, okay, what are you doing here? Are you trying to spy on us and try to take the land back? It's a little too late. But we have to remember the spirit of rebels. Ooh, the rebel yell, no, 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 no. So with that said, I want to have my little bit of a rebellion, because I realize that not just YouTube want to shut me up. Why do people want to shut me up? Why? Does this happen to you? I'm not sure. Because I was always, suspicious. Like, is it because of my looks? Like, it's intimidating. I'm supposed to be a bimbo. And however, that I am not as bimbo-ish as I look. Or being Asian, or being a woman. Does that offend you? I mean, do people really want to wipe me out from the face of the earth because just my existence offend them? Then they should freaking be gone. I couldn't figure it out. I really couldn't. Even ever since I got kicked out of the church on the way, where I was saved, born again. But this is much later. In one of the church ladies just didn't like the way I look. Seriously. She came and told me. She was the leader of the worship team. She said, you're too distracting when you're singing. Your hands are up, and oh my God. So I don't want to get overly distracted. So my point is, I was talking about why we need to make America great again. Because if we don't, then you better be certain that other forces there are trying to tear us apart. And that's exactly what's happening, under this Obama-Biden regime. Okay, so not to really to dwell on that too much, because that we have to make America great again. I also point out the lies that when they call Donald Trump a liar, they in fact lied. So that's what they do. That's what happens if they try to gaslight you and said that, oh, we know Joe Biden sucks, but Donald Trump lied. He didn't lie. He didn't lie about so-called Gen 6, and even though those questions were skewed against Trump, right? Because again, they didn't talk about Hunter Biden. The laptop is real. It's real. And what about Ashley Biden, the diary? That's real. It's real. That the father, which is Joe Biden, showered with the kid, the daughter. So that's all weird. But I want to say something about why even I thought I had a friend, and she blocked me last night. I blocked her just because I have this wine video about Albert Calibet. I can't figure it out. This is the bottle of wine that when Albert Calibet had a wine business, a wine distribution, sold to restaurants, and he was very proud of it. He gave me a case in the end. Like I said, I don't know what happened to the business. I mean, I don't ask a lot of questions, right? So when I did a video last time, I just say that's how we met, is through Palisade, me playing beach volleyball, and somehow maybe he took a liking to me. I don't know. I could be like odd. It could be peculiar. Use your word. Thank you, my friend, my ex-friend who blocked me. So he tracked me down through my license plate, because he's a sheriff. He can do it, and I didn't gripe about it. Maybe I have some kind of a Stockholm syndrome. I don't know. I like my captors. Okay, so with that said, I don't want to keep saying okay, but because I become so defensive, people think I'm just. She even called me a fucking conspiracy theorist. You're a conspiracy theorist that you come up with all these ideas of what could have happened to Albert Calibet, and when I say something, I just go, this is so fascinating. And I do feel like I owed my friend Albert Calibet. That's the sheriff that's missing, right? Missing in the Greek island called Amorgos. And the thing is, he sent me a bunch of pictures. He's been asking me to go to that island or go to Europe for many, many years. And this is not a joke. What do I care? I already said that. I'm not a gold digger. I know Albert Calibet is a playboy in the way that he likes women. He likes wine. I mean, what's wrong with that? And he knows how to play the game. And I am really not good at drawing a sleuth of wealth myself, basically, just because I'm so blunt. So I want to make a documentary because it is so strange. I totally feel it was so strange. I thought the brother, meaning Oliver, pursuit of finding Albert was so prominent. It was undeniable. And at first I said, well, I want to go help. And then I go, well, because they would think that they don't know who I am. They think, oh, well, somebody just come out of woodworks. And they got the fire chiefs or whoever that was volunteer there. They were professionals, right? But there was no trace of Albert. So the brother did say that, announced that, hey, I'm staying, and I'm staying until I find my brother. And he was so very distraught. And you feel for the guy. He's saying, I'm putting business on hold, and if you want to come down to help, because the government is not providing resources, I can tell you where to go rent a hotel and get the boat to get here. It's isolate, right? Remember, it's like Molokai. You have to get there through donkey. When you get there, you use donkeys. So I said, I start to exploratory, like my own mission, because I feel like I owe Albert Calibet that much, since that he really was so fond of me. He was fond of me. He has been inviting me to go to the Amorgos and other places every freaking years, and I can prove it. Like I said, it's all on my little messenger thing. So I saved them, and now she has a copy, but I want a copy to my friend, so nobody call me a fucking liar. Don't you fucking call me a liar. Okay, the thing is, I sent the brother a bunch of pictures, and I have no regrets of doing so, that Albert sent me, not the day of his missing, but the day before, which is Monday the 10th, right? If I'm saying correctly, I have the timestamp and everything to prove it. Boom, he was there. He did his jog, his hike, or whatever, and I thought it was interesting. I'm sure the brothers, the family, would have those same pictures, but I don't know. There could be some missing. Who knows? Because there were 16 pictures that Albert Calibet took. Even though it might not be the same trail, but it's the similar pattern. And don't forget, because they talk about heat, he could have been succumbed to the heat, but heat does not evaporate you and your freaking cell phone and your baggages, right? Exactly, right? I mean, what kind of heat does that? Well, maybe EMP, because they try to do that, right? The weapons they come up with, it's ridiculous. The thing is, he took pictures from his point of view, and I think that's important, since he has been to those trails just about every year. So the guy probably goes off the trail a lot, and even though I guess the day that he's supposed to be meeting his friend for lunch at a certain time, he could still veer off. You can agree with me at knowing that 100-degree temperature, so a person will probably tend to, if they really want to seek some kind of cooling shelter, it would be the beach. And that pattern of his pictures shows exactly that. I tried to print it out, but anyways, I'm not like really savvy at printing. It looks shoddy. So the I guess the four squares is like the beach that he's looking down. We got a ways to go, right? And the next shot would be a little video of panning, very breathtaking, looking up from top. You're like, see the islands afar off in the clouds. And then the next shot would be yeah, like a little bit closer, which I think he might be going downhill. But then you'll see the next shot with a white, curious looking building. I assume it's an abandoned church. I don't know. And then, well, obviously, Albert took an interest of that particular building because the next shot, he is closer. So you see it down there, like going down because the building gets bigger, right? Because you know about perspective. This is his perspective. So we're just saying we follow the perspective. Now he's off the trail. And the next shot, I will see not the banner, the flags. Actually, I said, why would you take a picture so boring of the flag? It was like a yellow and another flag that's blue. I don't know if they're Orthodox or Greek. Maybe they are. And maybe I heard that they're the Greeks being influenced by a lot of these Muslim influences. I don't know. But let's just say focus on what he was seeing, and you can see the next shot. He was really interested in this building. It's the gateway to inside. It's kind of dark inside, so it's kind of scary. I don't know if he went in. I didn't see any interior shots. They're all exterior shots. And that building, the white building, has many shots. Then, okay, I go, okay, I've seen enough of that. I mean, on the day I received, it was like Monday night, right? On the 10th, I received those shots. I go, oh, all right, it's bragging about, oh, you should have been here with me. You do that. People brag about, oh, look at this beautiful scenery. But then next shot, it was weird. It was like just the ground. I don't know, maybe he took it accidentally, but it did show a lot of pebbles in their hole in the ground. So you could possibly trip. Don't forget that. Then the next shot would be he found a goat. The goat is looking at him, so right on, like that, like face on. Okay, cute. And then the next shot would, like I said, now I believe he's on the bottom of the hillside off the trail because he would be looking up. Now the white building is on top of him. So you're on top and now you're on the bottom. So he basically veer off from the original trail to the bottom and look back up and pew, took another shot. Then lastly, it was a video of him petting a donkey. Well, not a strange thing, donkeys, because when I used to go to Molokai, they use donkeys for transportation. You know that Father Famian has been doing that because they're sturdy. So that was really causing me to be so heartbroken. Because you can see his hand reaching out and just tapping on the donkey's nose like, oh, how cute. Didn't say oh, but it's like, oh, you're so cute. Well, you gotta be very careful still with donkeys and animal, because still like bite you, right? I don't know. And that was the 16 pictures and 2 videos. So I made sure I published them because it's better that somebody can analyze the behavior, the pattern. The next day, I guess he was missing on the 11th, without a trace, let's just say that way. So everybody would be curious, like, what happened? What happened to the guy? And besides that, there are 2 other French lady, they were missing as well. Something is going on. I'm not saying it's like supernatural. They suck you out like from a spaceship or that sort of thing. I'm not saying that. That would be conspiracy theory. But if anybody have an open mind, should leave that open. When people try to like crack a whip on you and say you're a conspiracy theory, they're trying to shout you down. And I refuse that. So how dare you to shout me down? And the response I got from this when I say frenemy, yeah, no, it's just enemy because we blocked each other. And she's like, oh, how dare you to exploit somebody's misery? I mean, hello, you're the one who was doing, like, sending me a lot of this investigative materials you discovered. She actually told me to go on Oliver's wife's account, I guess, because the wife was starting a fundraiser, like a GoFundMe, and there were like pleadings from the husband and everything. So I figured, okay, no big deal. I have to make a comment to remind Oliver to talk to this guy. I thought it was a little suspicious because Albert has taken the picture with this guy on the island and sent them to me before, but now with time, I guess that that's blurred out. But that was very suspicious when I first looked at that picture. Was 2 years ago. I made some comments, and anyways, so I said, please remind him to go talk to this this person or whatever on the island, because it's a small island, right? Everybody knows Albert. Remember, according to the mayor of Amorgos, that he's a known figure. No big deal. But then, this my friend, supposedly not my friend anymore, says, "Oh, were you scared? The wife of Oliver Calibet, she locked her account into private." I go, well, what did I do? I was trying to help. Why do I always get the blame? And then she go, oh, well, then it caused Oliver to call off the search for good, like the next day on July 1st. So what the hell I got to do with it? I never said, like, you have to go talk to the guy. I just suggested. They're leads. You want leads, right? So I am a, you know me, right? When I say you know me, you don't know me. You don't know me. You try to shut me up because you say, oh, you just look sexy and booby and do some kind of song and dance about the New England Patriots. Hell fucking no. Okay, my friend is missing. Albert Calibet is missing, and there is no reasonable explanation. So I was going to go look for him and have. I didn't even say I was going to ask for money or anything. I was exploring that idea because that's what I do. I make independent films and reality shows. You see me in one of the stupid reality shows. I mean, I can make those reality shows, and I feel like I can talk to those people because people. What did I say? Like people? That's very reality. Because who's gonna hold any kind of a guards when they see me talking like oh, she's very oriental. And another thing is, we have used drones. We used like GoPros before. I mean, I used it for the show, and everybody does that nowadays. So I figure we want to search where else that people are ignoring. If Oliver says this is going to be a recovery effort now, we're gonna look under the water. That's what I was proposed to do, and I was going to do a filming documentary so that these things could be preserved, whether it's evidences or whether if it's a good outcome. Hopefully, I don't know. Possible. You just don't know, because the bad guy could just say, well, let's release him because there's so much noise that's being raised, right? Let's just assume somebody got hold of him because, for ransom, because, he has a lot of money. I just told you that. He's a multi-millionaire. That's not a big deal. There's a lot of multi-millionaires out there. Not everybody's being like kidnapped or whatever. But if there's enough noise made, maybe they'll let him go. So what have you got to lose? And she's like going, oh, you're heartless. You're gross. I can't believe that. You're fucking gross. Okay? You know why you're gross? Because you're the one who said there were inconsistencies from day to day of what you see and give you like more so-called question marks, right? And you want to draw my attention. So my brain, of course, worked that way. That I say, yeah, you're right, because I'm trying to have an open mind. I see your point here, but let's look at this here and this evidence here, right? But she also said that very disappointing at the media's report like this Debbie lady is the lover of his life, when no, in fact, that no, Albert Calibet has never been married. He would not commit to any marriages because, quote unquote. Now, you can say hearsay or whatever. Mother told him that American women cannot be trusted. They all want your money. So he played the game well, drew a lot of women in because he does have wealth. I mean, he's funny, he's cute, he's goofy, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, he's not like dilapidated fat castle per se. So he is one of the most eligible bachelor on the face of the earth. But it's not like straightforward, like, oh, this is a family man and love of your life. No. So I would like to be able to present a very different story, because, well, whatever you see on the media, it's boring. It's boring. Because I feel like that is part of my calling. That's why God put me on the face of the earth. It's not to be turned aside and slapped around and say, go to your little corner and put on a dunce hat and fucking shut up. So don't tell me to shut up. She keep telling me to pull my videos. Say, oh, you said too much. That's too much personal stuff. What is fucking personal? Somebody's life is on the line. Okay, don't you freaking personal me, bitch. Yeah, I'm pretty upset. I know she's probably gonna hit me back as hard as she can. And you know what's gonna happen? She's gonna tell everybody, oh, don't talk to Kat, whatever, Cheryl, and don't talk to a cat because of this and because of that. She actually called me gross. This is so fucking disgusting. So you're gross. You know why you're gross? Because you're always complaining about like not having the right man in your life to take care of you, like want to marry a rich actor. But kiss your ass goodbye. That's never gonna happen. At least I am earnestly trying to do something for, I wouldn't say love of my life, but for my beloved friend who I've said I have the Stockholm syndrome. I kind of like my captor. Okay, is there something wrong with that? I mean, that was just at one point, but we remain good friends. And I say good friends. There was never a squabble. There's good understanding. Albert Calibet is a very intelligent man, excellent businessman. Gave me a lot of good business tips. I cannot disclose to you at this time because he is savvy in investing in money. There's a lot of savvy people, and you want to learn from them. So I gleaned a lot, and I feel like, yes, I owed him, even though that we're not like matrimony, that type, right? I do owe him. As an independent thinker and the filmmaker, I can say, yes, I do want to document my findings about what happened to Albert Calibet. So, okay, fuck you. See, you know who you are, so fuck off.